So here is PLTR Palantir. This finishes at $11.77 today. That is down 15.75%.
And it's gone.
Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is ISPO Inspirato. This finishes at $92.65 today. That is up 648%. So this was the major runner today, made number 4 on StockTwits. So we will analyze it here. So I really don't even know much about this company. Apparently it's a luxury travel company, but it definitely looks like it's getting squeezed here, or it got squeezed today at least. So this is a brand new company. It didn't IPO, a bit deceiving. This is a SPAC, not an IPO. But yeah, we got 4 days of data here. First 3 days, nothing really happened much. And today, it went to the moon. A lot of price action, a lot of volume. It seems like this was social media driven. So apes coming in, buying the stock up, and shorts getting squeezed out. So let's go ahead and analyze here. And there's really not too much to go off of. Only thing I can really say is this is pulling back in the aftermarket down to 85. And that would be a bearish indicator. That is telling us that tomorrow this stock will probably pull back as well. So I do think the squeeze is already over. And from here, I think it's going to pull back pretty significantly. But yeah, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that and I would not recommend that. I think it's way too late to go long here. You missed it. I think it'd be a very terrible mistake buying in here after it goes up 650%. You have to be pretty insane to do that. Not saying don't do it, but very risky stuff. Probably not going to work out. Going long here is definitely a high risk, high reward play. In my opinion, it looks like the squeeze is already over and it's going timber from here. If you want to go long, I would say hold off, be patient, give it a couple of months to cool off and pull back. And most likely this will come back down to the IPO price, $9 and probably lower. And that's just based on my personal experience with IPOs and SPACs. They hit the market, get a lot of hype, everyone buys in, FOMO's in, it moons, and then over the span of weeks and months, it just slowly bleeds off right back to where it was when it debuted, and most of the time it goes even lower. So honestly, if you like the stock, if you want to go long, just be patient and try to get this back at $9, I would say. Good chance it will come back there in a few months. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, looks like a pretty good play to me. Pretty obvious play to me, actually. It already went up 650% today. Really can't go too much higher. And this is already pulling back very significantly in the aftermarket here. And like I said, over the next few months, it'll probably bleed all the way back down to around $9 where it started at. So this is near the relative top. Really shouldn't go too much higher. Not too much more upside potential. And a lot of downside potential. I would say going short here would be a medium risk, high reward play. There is still risk involved because this may still be pretty volatile in the next few days, but over the next few weeks and months, this will definitely bleed back down pretty hard. So as long as you can withstand some upside pressure here, this looks like a pretty obvious short play to me. A lot of downside potential. A lot of tendies to be made here on the short side. Major opportunity to go short here. Not financial advice. So yeah, this one is pretty straightforward. I've seen this happen over and over again with a lot of SPACs, a lot of IPOs, maybe not squeezing like this, but they tend to moon after they debut and people FOMO in and get caught bag holding. Looks pretty obvious to me. No reason to go along here. You missed your chance, and this looks like a pretty easy short. Not too much more upside potential, a lot of downside potential. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice, but I don't know how much more you want. It looks pretty bearish, so secure the gains, guys. Don't get too greedy. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is ISPO Inspirato. So here is PLTR Palantir. This finishes at $11.77 today. That is down 15.75%.
And it's gone.
So here is a retail favorite. Apes love it. Very popular on StockTwits and Wall Street Bets. And this made number 5 on StockTwits today. So we will analyze it. So there was a reason as to why this stock went down so much today. We did have earnings. So let's check that out. So EPS was 2 cents, which missed the estimate of 4 cents. So really big miss there. And revenue was $433 million, beat the estimate of $418 million. So a slight beat on revenue. So not terrible earnings, but not great. Big miss on EPS, slight beat on revenue. So the market didn't like it, started selling off pretty hard here, and the stock is down 16% today. Very nasty. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have multiple gap downs. We have a gap down at around 27, another gap down at around 26, another one at 24, another one at 14.50, and another one today at 13.65. Gap down 5 times. Quintuple gap down. That is crazy. So that is really, really bullish. That is telling us that this stock should eventually come back up to fill all of those gaps. Maybe a while, but eventually they should fill. This also looks like a cup and handle in the making here. Bottom of the cup being around the current price, around 12 bucks. And there are multiple possible tops. Could be around 17, 19, 21, 23.50, or 27. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us this stock should eventually come back up to one of those tops to complete it. And then this may be a bear flag in the making here. No confirmation just yet. But if this is in fact a bear flag, that would be a bearish indicator. That is telling us this stock may break out to the downside even more. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of $11.90 and $11. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be $11.90, $12.25, $12.45, $12.65, $12.85, $13.05, $13.25, $13.50, $13.90, $14.15, $14.55, $14.95, $15.50, $16, $16.25, $16.50, $16.90, $17.20, $17.95, $18.15, $18.35, $18.60, $18.80, $19, $19.30, $19.50, $19.75, and then $20.05. There is resistance above $20.05, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be $11, $10.05, and then $8.90. And $8.90 is the all-time low, so no support after that. Right now at this current price, $11.70. The channels to the downside are pretty wide. So if this continues to run to the downside, this can get really, really bad. Expect a significant amount of price action. And to the upside, the channels are regular sized up until 13.50. And then after 13.50, the channels open up. So from 13.50 to 17.95, expect a significant increase in price action if this goes to the upside. But from 12.25 to 13.50, expect a regular amount of price action. RSI is currently at 34. Not quite oversold and undervalued, but quickly approaching that. So this could be a good buying opportunity coming up here. Not financial advice. And this did 151 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion. Not financial advice. This one looks pretty straightforward to me. This looks like a pretty obvious buy. Again, gap down 5 times, quintuple gap down. You rarely see that. That is insane. Very strong bullish indicator there. And then we have the cup and handle. So pretty bullish there as well. And the low RSI. So a lot of bullish things going for the stock right now, on the chart at least. Only bearish indicator is the possible bear flag, and no neutral indicators. So overall, in the short and long terms, it does look pretty bullish to me. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, 1170 is a really good entry. That is the yearly low, almost the all-time low. So really can't go too wrong buying in here at 1170. This could go really bad if it keeps going to the downside. But if it does, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But this is pretty ridiculous here. The fact that it even went down this much. So looks like a really good buying opportunity to me, guys. So I would support going long at 1170 and lower. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that. And I would not recommend that. Again, a lot of bullish indicators here. A lot of upside potential. There is a good amount of downside potential too. If this does go to the downside, this can come back down to the all-time low at 890. And that'd be about a 20% downside. But honestly, that's not that much downside potential. So I would say going short here would be a high risk, medium reward play. Just not really worth it in my opinion. Slim chance it goes down that low. Good chance this recovers. So you could get squeezed out here pretty easily. I think it's just way too late to go short here. Should have did that long time ago, back in the $20 range. But here at 1170, I think it's way too late. This is the yearly low, near the all-time low. So really don't see a reason why you would go short here. There are way better short plays out there in the market, and Palantir is not one of them right now. So it doesn't seem too smart. I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Please don't short this one, guys. So yeah, pretty straightforward. It looks like a really good buy in the short and long terms. And going short's not a terrible play, but not great. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today. But like I said, could be a good buying opportunity coming up here. Not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PLTR Palantir. So here is NVDA Nvidia. This finishes at $245. That is down 7.56%. So major price action on the stock today, and that is because we had earnings. Earnings came out yesterday after market, and this was number 3 on StockTwits today after SPY and AMC. So we will analyze it. So let's go ahead and check out the earnings here. Okay, so EPS was $1.32, which beat the estimate of $1.22. So slight beat there. And then revenue was $7.64 billion, which beat the estimate of $7.43 billion. So slight beat there as well. So actually, the earnings were pretty good. So really not sure why the stock is down so much today. Doesn't really make too much sense, but a lot of the times that happens, whether you have good or bad earnings, stock goes down regardless. And also because the overall market is selling off pretty hard today, especially tech. So it seems like today's price action was because of selling the news and the overall market selling off, especially tech. And in addition to that, we do have a price upgrade here. Mizuho maintains a buy and raises the price target to $345. So still really bullish. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, this does look like a cup and handle in the making here. Bottom of the cup being around 220, and it looks like there could be multiple tops. Could be 284, 302, 314, or 335 near the high, but it doesn't really matter where the top is. Those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. This also looks like a possible bull flag in the making, and we are starting to get confirmation here. Here's the flag pole, and we're starting to get a flag forming here. So if this is in fact a bull flag, that'd be a bullish indicator that is telling us the stock may want to break out to the upside. And it does appear like Nvidia is consolidating between 268 and 240 right now. So it kind of seems like this will consolidate around 255, and then from there it should break out to the upside. So another bullish indicator there. Looks like a symmetrical triangle / ascending wedge. And actually way back here in May, there was a double gap up at 140 and 147. So those would be bearish indicators. That is telling us the stock may come back down to 140 and 147 to fill those gaps. Looks really, really unlikely at this point. Hopefully not, but very noteworthy there. So keep that in mind, guys. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 245, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 250, 253, 258, 263, 267, 272, 276, 281, 284, 288, 293, 297, and then 302. There is resistance above 302, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 243, 240, 235, 232, 229, 226, 222, 217, 212, 209, 205, 203, and then 200. There is support below 200, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 245, the channels to the upside and the downside are both pretty decently sized. So expect a normal amount of price action either way this goes. RSI is currently at 46, pretty average there, maybe a little bit below average. So according to the RSI, this current price of 245 is around fair market value, maybe a little bit below. And this did 81 million in volume today, very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So again, doesn't really make too much sense why this sold off so hard today, because the earnings did pretty good, beat expectations. We got bullish indicators here, cup and handle, bull flag. We have the bearish indicators and the gap ups, although again, looks pretty unlikely those fill. And the hedge funds do think this is worth in the $300 range. So not really sure why this sold off so hard, but looks like a pretty good buying opportunity. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would support going long at the current price of 245 and lower. If it pulls back below 245, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, great stock here. Blue chip value stock. Apes love it. Institutions love it. It's fundamentally good and looks more bullish than bearish on the chart right now. It might pull back a little bit more, but really shouldn't go too much to the downside. So I do like the entry of 245 and lower. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, for all the reasons I just said. More bullish indicators than bearish indicators. Blue chip value stock. Great fundamentals. Apes love it. Institutions love it. So you'd be literally betting against the whole market here. Doesn't really seem like a smart idea. And you already missed a lot of downside potential. If you did want to go short, should have went short in the $300 range. Here at 245, it's not too late, but you missed a lot of tendies already. And I don't think there's too much more downside here. So I would say going short here would be maybe a high risk, medium reward play. Just don't really see why you would do that. There are way better stocks to short out there in the market, and Nvidia is definitely not one of them. So I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. It is possible this comes back down to 140 to fill these gaps, although again, very unlikely. But if it did, then you make some fat tinnies, but I don't think it's going to happen. So if you want to go short, please do that at your own risk, but I don't think that's a good idea. So yeah, pretty straightforward here, guys. Big dip today. Overall market selling off, especially tech. Sell off on earnings, although they beat expectations. So the sell-off isn't really justified here. Looks like a pretty good buying opportunity. As a wise man once said, buy the effing dip. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is NVDA. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video. Please subscribe. And catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.